All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SOW Ignition. I am MD Punk here with Devil D, and here comes the death game, Aaron Payne.
Yep, we are here live from Texas, and we are about to hear from Aaron Payne, apparently asking for this in place of having Carrie Alice come out.
There is no big news tonight to start off the show with this. You know, it's kind of refreshing as much as I like talking and hearing from Carrie Alice.
Don't worry, we'll keep your audio in there, but we won't keep this whole entrance. Look at that invisible man coming to the stage. Yeah! Alright, let's skip that. Well, let's see what he has to say.
Okay, so like he's implying that Carrie Alice has not allowed him to speak. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but...
Well, it's probably there just wasn't enough space on the card for Aaron to give a promo at the time. There were too many other demands from our champions. I mean, even Hermes was having trouble getting out here into promos. We cut to the backstage instead a few times there.
That's true.
I mean, he's unsurprisingly very confident in his upcoming title match.
Oh, quoting a little Paulie.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair thing when you're coming into a company like this with this kind of record against the opponents you've been up against. It's really hard to deny your star power, your in-ring ability.
For sure. Of course, mentioning his previous championship victories on the Indies.
Surprisingly, never world champion, though. You would think that he would be world champion in multiple companies, but I guess when you participate in death matches so often, they don't want to put their...
What?
Sorry, what? Do you have any
What
idea
is he implying? I don't. I mean, you know I'm close to Aaron, but... Oh, he's decided not to tell what he's learned.
The blood of a champion.
I mean, fair point here.
Yeah, I mean, he's making some real good points.
You know, Hermes, who loves to trash talk himself, is definitely not happy with what Aaron's had to say tonight.
Probably not, no. What an interesting opening segment from our number one contender. I'm a little floored by that. I mean, I don't know. What do you think he could have been implying? The blood of a champion? You think he's saying that Hermes is the...
It sounds like he's implying Hermes could be a second-generation superstar, but I don't know. I've written down some notes. When we have our production meeting with Carrie Alice for 5 Count this week, I'll see if he says anything, but something tells me he's gonna divert his attention to something.
Well, following that, we have technically 2 singles debuts tonight.
Oh my god.
The first is Francis Tucker Lawson. FTL is here.
So the last time we had a signing this big, it was Aaron Payne.
Yeah.
FTL is a massive star in the independent circuit. I cannot believe he's made the jump to SOW. Carrie Alice is cooking.
I mean, every time he just gets the best stars. And of course, entering singles competition for the first time in SOW, the other half of Sindhu Darlo, the airborne killing machine, Gran Monstruo.
Wow, I mean, I'm not sure if I thought I'd ever see this. Now, we've seen Atomico in singles action a couple times now, but could it be that their defeat on Downforce last week has temporarily caused these guys to take a break from tag team action? Because remember, they can no longer challenge the Dark Crusade for the tag title, so I guess in their minds, could they be thinking, why bother?
Well, yeah, I mean, as long as the Dark Crusade are champions, they're at the top of the tag division once they win a few matches, you know? So all they'd have to do in their minds is, once the titles have changed hands, just get back into competition and face off. Get some wins, get yourself back up there, and then you're good to go. In the meantime, why bother having tag matches when it's not going to mean anything for your career?
Right, I mean, there are plenty of amazing opponents in the singles division that they would otherwise not get a chance to face. I mean, otherwise, Gran Monstruo definitely would not be facing FTL right now.
No, and this is a pretty big match for him in general. I mean, he's never really been big in the singles career. When he first joined with Reyes de la Lucha, he was only a couple of months into his career. He's been as part of Sindhu Darlo and Reyes de la Lucha as a whole almost his entire time in the ring.
But now we should shift gears, and I mean, I guess we should let the audience at home know a little bit more about FTL here, because of course we're freaking out that he's here. But I guess could you tell us a little bit about what you know about FTL?
Okay, so FTL, one of the biggest
super kick there.
Nice. One of the biggest rising stars in the industry, who is very likely going to get picked up by a major company had Kerry not gotten him outside of SOW, of course. And so far, I'll just break down a quick run of what he's won. 3-time junior heavyweight champion, 2-time intercontinental champion, 2-time tag team champion, and a 1-time world champion in OPW.
This is a man who has a long resume of championship gold, and here in SOW we have a lot of very powerful champions, and you know, I mean, I've only talked to the guy a couple times before SOW was created, and it was actually during one of his Intercontinental title runs, but he believed that no matter what company he enters, he is destined to win championship gold, because he believes he is ratings, baby.
Yeah, I mean, in his mind, his moniker FTL, it's not just his initials. It stands for, as one might expect, faster than light. That's where he believes his career is going to the top. He believes he makes it to the top faster than light.
And it's hard to disagree. I mean, again, just that resume you read off alone, and what I've seen of him in the past, I believe it. I mean, he just recently dropped the OPW World Heavyweight Championship. That's why I'm actually surprised to see him here in SOW already.
Yeah, no, I imagine they were trying to get that belt off him before he took it here. And they must have just barely found someone who could pull it out. And I mean, who knows how deep FTL's mind was into holding that belt and holding onto it and bringing it here when he knows he's coming up to SOW.
Exactly. But it's awesome to have him here, but I guess we better shift our focus here, focusing on the action here on the outside of the ring. Yeah, right now,
locked in.
And Monstruo, you know, again, gonna be out of his comfort zone here as both guys roll the ring at the same time. So what are these special signature moves we should be looking out for FTL? What is Monstruo trying to avoid?
Well, there is an incredible, his main finisher is this incredible delayed vertical brainbuster. It's one of the nicest brainbusters I've ever seen. And of course, there's this armbar, this Fujiwara armbar that he can lock in so easily on you. And I mean, he's almost torn a dude's arm out of its socket with that maneuver.
I can believe it. I mean, the fact that he's able to get that so easily locked into a guy of Gran Monstruo's size is saying something. I mean, Gran Monstruo is far from a small guy. Not that FTL is, but there is a noticeable size difference here. Oh my goodness!
God, what a maneuver!
But FTL gets right back up.
Yeah, and we're about to see the choke slam!
FTL's in trouble of losing his debut match. 1, 2.
No! Kick out at 2.9. I mean, dang. He's got to be a little frustrated that got so close. Monstruo is...
I was going to say on the flip side, Monstruo should be pissed off that I didn't seal the match.
He's doing so well in this debut performance. You got to wonder, is FTL bit off more than he could chew as he pokes him right in the eye? Straight through the mask.
He is definitely facing off against a pissed off Gran Monstruo. I mean, again, it's only been a week since they lost that tag title opportunity in the 2 out of 3 falls match that was the main event last week on Ignition Downforce.
Yeah,
so he's got a chip on his shoulder.
For sure. Speaking of that, actually, his partner on Tomoko had his second singles match in SOW on High Gear, going almost to the time limit against the leader of their faction, against Rey de Guerra, who managed to pull out the win with a super kick. As FTL...
Yeah, I think
Go ahead.
I think seeing Tomoko answer that open challenge was surprising for all of us, but from what I can tell, no bad blood, just friendly competition between two friends.
Oh yeah, I mean, that match was clean as can be.
Oh, Monstruo on the top!
Oh, there it is!
Bomb! He landed it! Jeff Hardy, eat your heart out, but Monstruo takes too long to get up. Could be 2.
No, 2.9 again.
It took way too long to get the count. He did it to himself that time.
And FTL dodging that drop kick, but he's really got to get Monstruo back into his pace. So far, he's been falling to all of Monstruo's maneuvers. He's not managed to... Fence press into some punches. But yeah, he's not able to keep Monstruo down. At this rate, FTL's going to have his debut spoiled. Fierce kitchen sink.
We would probably have to hear from him later on tonight if that happens. Oh my goodness! FTL down again. He's trying to take some of this momentum back, slowing the match down. This could be wise for him, I do believe. But you gotta watch out, Monstruo. So dangerous with these kicks. There it is again. FTL's down.
Stomping on the knee.
Oh my God, off the ropes.
Kick to the face. FTL back up. Power slam. Slamming a man of Monstruo's size is no easy feat.
It is not. We have to wonder how many more of those power slams he has in him if he keeps taking these kicks from Gran Monstruo.
God, just straight to the gut.
I think Monstruo was thinking chokeslam there for a second, but good counter by FTL.
Yeah, grab the arm right into a wrist lock.
And then a collision. Both men are down. FTL up first.
Monstruo up shortly after. Big chop, but FTL counters away. Still damaging that arm. Getting a lot of force on it.
Yeah, he's trying to take away that choke slam.
Whoa, taunting the crowd as he runs into another knee drop onto the back this time. More taunts. Muscle press. Ooh, but Monstruo replying with a leg sweep.
Monstruo's not going to like the showboating too much here.
Huge chop. Wait.
Oh.
Wait. Power bomb.
1, 2.
That's it.
And that's it. Wow.
FTL clinches the victory with a big power bomb on a big ass man.
And Gran Monstruo's frustration continues to build with another defeat.
Yeah, this is not going to look good for them going into singles competition.
Forever from the win.
All right, folks. After that debut, we have our next match, which this one kind of came to us a little late. It was booked on the card. You'll see it pretty clearly, but it wasn't actually put on the card until just, I think, Tuesday.
Yeah, this was a late edition. I got the early notes late Monday night in the right before we posted 5 count that this match was even going to be happening in the first place, to the point that I'm pretty sure I wasn't able to fit into the show.
That's quite a bit. Oh. Yeah, I mean, we know his opponent is the Terminator, Elijah Lee.
And unsurprisingly, Mars Namor, of course, referring to the injury to Suave Jackson last week, broke that news on 5 count. Broken ribs and an 8-week injury for Suave, who, as a reminder, Mars Namor, his former teacher.
Yeah, and talking about what happened with Guerra. Oh. Manager. Oh, you know, Suave did, or not Suave, my bad. Elijah did mention a manager before, but I don't think we've actually seen him before, seen his manager.
Mars is writing a check with his mouth and hope he can cash. Elijah Lee is not to be messed with.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Mars Namor coming off back-to-back big losses.
Oh, big losses. Lost his title, lost the rematch for it. And I'm assuming, yep, here he comes. I mean, this is his music. I don't know how wise it was to call him out like this, though. I mean, obviously...
one of the most dangerous men on the roster. I mean, yes, I do believe the Suave Jackson injury was a freak accident, but imagine if it wasn't. Now Mars Namor possibly putting himself at risk by calling out the Terminator, Elijah Lee.
Yeah, and it's not... That moniker is not a small one. But this man may not have held that many championships, but he also hasn't lost that many matches. And the only times that I think I've seen him lose clean in the middle of the ring were against some men that, I mean, one of them is Aaron Payne.
Oh, and once again, we gotta apologize to our sponsors here for the language.
Yeah, they know what they got into. Oh.
Oh, that's a knife shot there.
Oof, Jesus. The blatant disregard here. God. I mean, this is scathing.
The thing is he's technically not incorrect, especially about the points with Meiji Kaito.
No, I mean, yeah, he's got a good point on Meiji. Well, they're getting started now.
Well, and Mars Namor, unsurprisingly, going right on the offensive here. I mean, Elijah Lee that was a more brutal verbal ass whipping than we even heard Hermes put on Clint Cassidy.
He quite literally might as well have said, fuck your student, fuck your titles, and everything that you ever have done. You're nothing.
Well, I mean, he did pretty much exactly say that, including the gratuitous use of inappropriate language for our young viewers.
We don't look, man. Our program is rated PG-13,
which means you get to say the word once.
No.
Yes.
No. You don't understand. We can say whatever we want, as long as we don't have gratuitous.
Is Elijah going to get disqualified?
He might have been. I don't think he cared about the match. Maybe he doesn't see this as a relevant match in his career. Winning, losing doesn't matter. He just wants to hurt the guy who called him out here for what he feels might be pointless.
Well, but he just told him about how he's here to win. I would be surprised if he just threw a win away like that. I would contradict what he just cooked Mars Namor for.
Maybe. I mean, we've seen. Oh my God, Mars!
Oh my God, he busted him open with a huge right hand.
And trying to pin him with one knee right there. Jesus.
But Elijah Lee, bearing the crimson mask here. I mean, he's gushing. That was a very, very stiff punch from Mars Namor to cause that.
Had to have been. But it seems to have only fired Elijah up as he's just kicking and stomping at Mars. Gee,
the crowd not happy with that.
He just took full control of this bout here. Mars seeming to get himself back on top, back on his feet.
Which is good. He can't let his emotions get the better of him. That's exactly what Elijah Lee wants. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if he gets fined for those punches by the board of directors. I mean, to punch a man and so difficult that he's bleeding like this so early into a match. I mean, you have to think, you know, the board approves a lot of these contracts for these guys. They see this as Mars Namor damaging one of their assets. Now Elijah Lee taking Mars Namor down, working that knee. Mars is staying down.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's been. This has been already a shockingly brutal affair. I didn't expect this match to be this brutal, but I guess when you open it with a promo like that, you're gonna set your opponent on fire.
My God, the knee to the side of the head there, trying to inflict as much damage to the head as possible. I mean, Mars Namor, this is definitely a strategy I didn't think he would take. And now Mars going to work the leg of Elijah in return. Kind of everything that Elijah's done to him, he's returned in kind. What we're setting up for here. Oh, Mars Namor with the counter, but he decides to just get back down to the ring.
Interesting. I mean,
Big step up into Gary.
Big stomps to the back, but Mars hulking up, saying he's still got plenty in him as he stomps Elijah out. And
now the punches again.
But these aren't legal here.
Yeah, the ref is having to get involved now. I mean, the blood is insane. All over the ring.
Yeah, we don't have Dia Keaton or Trent Taylor in this match, and yet we still got bleeding all over. Starting to wonder if the only guy to come from the indie deathmatch scene to not bleed yet is Aaron Payne.
I'm sure if he's covered. He is covered. This is crazy.
I don't think we've ever seen this much blood on a person before.
I don't think so. Oh, wait a minute.
I know what's set up here. It's time for the T800.
But Mars gets up. It's like that move didn't do any real damage to him. And now it's making you wonder as this match goes on, has Elijah Lee bitten off more than he could chew?
Well, I mean,
now it's Mars' turn to set up.
Yeah, and we know what comes here. It's that massive rocket impulse lariat.
1, 2.
No. Close. Very close. As Elijah just bleeds into the mat.
And Mars continues his offense. A huge shoulder tackle there. Pounce even. The SOW faithful chanting "Fight Forever."
Oh, are we going to see? Is he going to go for it twice? There's no way, right? Oh my God, he is. He said one ain't enough. All right.
He will land a second. He is not against it.
Boom! Rocket impact.
Ripping his head off. 1, 2.
And that gets the 3.
Oh, that did it. Okay, I thought he kicked out for a second. Ooh,
it did look like it, but the ref just hit the mat. I think Elijah Lee was late on that kick out.
I think so, but we gotta get medical down here. This is a bloodbath. Mars Namor getting revenge for his student.
Well, after that brutal match, which I don't even know if you can call that a match. That felt more like just a fight.
Yeah, I mean, that was a beatdown, but it's time to change gears because we are being blessed by the jurisdiction who have a lot to celebrate tonight after their big tag team victory last week on Downforce.
Yeah, they once again, very interesting performance from Maria Ramirez. I mean, I'm starting to wonder about her ability in the ring. You know,
she definitely behaved strangely for sure. All that matters is Bea Quinn got the W.
Well, let's see what they have to say. Oh, God. As usual, she's immediately attacking.
Commanding respect. I'm with Charlie on this one.
Ooh. Yikes. That's
not
in Alabama.
The Texas folk. Rednecks are everywhere, though.
I don't know if I'd really want to piss off Texans.
Yeah, Bea essentially was, you know, she was untouched, but oh, wait a minute here. What? I don't think, can she change this?
Well, I mean, the Booker's literally standing right next to her, so. Ooh. A little bit of tension there.
Wow, I mean, saying Altissima, the top-ranked woman in the division, doesn't deserve a shot at the championship.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little. Oh, come on.
Oh my God, we're gonna get blessed by Bea versus Charlie 3?
Oh, well, unshockingly, somebody has an issue with that.
Who her? This is the jurisdiction celebration. She just lost her title match. Did you not hear the breaking news? I've already got it written down for 5 count. We're getting Bea Charlie 3.
You might want to hold on to that thought.
I mean, who has Altissima even beat? Maria Ramirez? Are we supposed to be impressed by that right now? We just talked about, we questioned her ability a few moments ago.
Yeah, but she's still at the top of the rankings. Yeah, unsurprisingly, she has a huge issue with this.
Former #1 contender.
And Charlie likes to talk a lot of talk. And that's kind of what I was thinking.
This is ridiculous. The board once again overstepping.
The board overstepping?
You heard me. You heard me. I said it. First Carrie Alice, now the board.
You might want to.
Hear that? Look, we got more breaking news. Bea Quinn tweaked her hamstring. That's a soft tissue injury of 3 weeks.
Well,
Whoa,
that doesn't really matter.
You can't tell me this isn't abuse of power by the board of directors. We have to get outside lawyers involved.
Ooh. Yikes. More harsh words from more of our competitors here.
Charlie's not dressed to compete.
I don't know what that means. Well, oh, she's saying she's going to be here the whole time? So, is this match going to have Sombra as a second?
Sounds like it.
What's this match, though? Oh, my God. Well, you know who's coming now. It's the Wildflower. Now,
Oshina Kimiko returning here on Ignition, a new little potential hardcore competitor we've got on our hands.
Yeah, and I guess she's going to be Charlie Sheen's opponent in this match. Well, I mean, we're getting started now. Charlie definitely not prepared for this matchup.
No, this is absurd. I mean, the board has went insane. I mean, all the good things that the jurisdiction are trying to do for the women's division here in SOW, and you're forcing Charlie Sheen to compete when she isn't in ring gear. We don't know the status of Bea Quinn's hamstring for Straightaway. I mean, she's claiming that she tweaked it. Football players, professional football players, they get sidelined by soft tissue injuries for up to a month. And we're sitting here putting our first ever women's champion at risk?
Yeah, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I've already heard from the doctors, and they say Charlie's fine.
Well, the doctors are obviously lying.
I very much don't think that's true. Look, oh my, huge screw slam, almost an Olympic slam right from the top there, but in reverse. But yeah, no, Charlie, they looked her over quite a few times after her match. She's fine. No injuries to report.
How can you say that when the athlete themselves said they're hurt?
Well, given that she said it as she was more than ready to compete at Straightaway when it was Charlie in the match, and then immediately changed her mind when she realized she wasn't going to be able to avoid Sombra, I would assume, to be completely honest with you, that she was just trying to get out of facing Sombra.
No, I think it's more so. I think it's more so that Bea knew that she would be safe in Charlie's hands. She wouldn't work the leg. She would avoid that injury and just probably take the loss like the strong competitor and good friend that she is. So we can easily say, and still, champion.
What you just said there does not describe a champion. What you said describes somebody who is trying to take the easy route through life.
Look, it gets a title defense on paper without risking long-term injury to the first ever champion. That's all the point I'm trying to... I see the grand vision. It makes perfect sense.
You know what makes more sense? Facing opponents that are credible and proving why you're the champion.
But she could do that at Victory Lane. Imagine how... Bea Quinn versus La Sombra Altísima on the biggest stage, both of them at the apex of their health. Bea Quinn's hamstring completely healed 100% when she beats that bitch's ass. 1, 2, 3.
First, we're assuming Sombra can't win. They haven't faced each other. We don't know how that match will go. And second off, no offense, but are you underselling Straightaway?
No, but we all know Victory Lane's our biggest show on the calendar year.
Currently, yeah, it is. That doesn't mean that Straightaway is some kind of secondary nothing show. Straightaway goes directly to Victory Lane. This is another massive show to have a good defense on. Going with a defense where you know the other competitor is not going to bother actually trying to win on a big show like Straightaway, no, I'm not for that, and I don't think the board is either.
Yeah, well, the board's clearly made their decision, and I'm disappointed that you've taken their side.
I'm going to be honest with you, my friend. I'm a little disappointed that you've gone this far in your adoration of Bea Quinn. You know, I mean, if this was Hermes taking this round, you wouldn't be saying these same things.
A championship defense is a championship defense.
Oh, Bia!
There she is, getting involved to the aid of her friend, Charlie Singh. They take out Hoshino Kimiko on the outside, and Altissima is just watching, helpless to stop the jurisdiction.
I'm thinking...
Wisely avoiding any leg maneuvers to protect that hamstring.
Yeah, I'm thinking Altissima might have been told by Kimiko not to interfere, because she looked like she was ready to go over there for a moment. But Kimiko seemed to give a signal that said, stay back.
Well, it made Altissima look like an idiot because she said she was staying out here specifically to prevent that, and now look, she couldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if listening to Kimiko is a smart thing. I mean, it's not like Charlie is a terrible competitor when she's actually trying. And Bia obviously did win that world title against Kimiko's mentor. So it's a bit of a tall ask for Kimiko to face both of them. But Altissima seems willing to let Kimiko handle this if Kimiko wants to.
That could be her own downfall.
It could be.
This division just needs to understand it is controlled by the jurisdiction. They need to accept their fate until something changes for someone to overcome the odds and somehow overpower Bia Quinn and take that title away. This is how the women's division is going to be.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely in for a hell of a ride. Though, I mean, Bia Quinn, if you want to talk about overpowering and overcoming, if Sombra can't do it, there's a woman following right behind. In fact, almost, you could say, ahead of Sombra right now. If Sombra didn't have that match in lock already, technically, if you look at the rating sheets, there's another woman at the top right now. It's someone I don't know Bia's really wanting to get in the ring with. Not after what we've seen her do to the other competitors.
Do you think that she's afraid of Dia Keaton?
I think everybody in this division is probably a little afraid of Dia Keaton. Yes. She smashed a glass pane over Hoshino Kimiko's skull. And then hit her with her own move.
And you can see the after effects of that because Hoshino Kimiko kind of...
Oh my God!
Taken for a ride by Charlie Singh!
That was Hoshino Kimiko's deep root death driver!
She has learned from her own mentor, Bia Quinn.
But she couldn't even get the pin! Kimiko said, no, I'm not losing to my own move against someone like you, Charlie.
What does that mean, someone like you, Charlie?
A cheater. Somebody
She's not a cheater.
She quite literally, she may not literally break the rules in a match, but she has aligned things in a favorable way for her friend. That's cheating.
And that's being smart.
It's
being
cheating
smart.
too. If you do that in
It's
school,
not.
if you take the teacher's notes and give them to another kid so that kid can pass their test, that's cheating.
So is it not cheating that Altissima knew about this match, but we didn't tell Charlie Singh?
Well, maybe. Altissima, I didn't say Altissima isn't a cheater. I'm only talking about Kimiko and Charlie.
Right now, Charlie Singh.
She's really trying here. She's giving it her all. I mean, it's probably fortunate for her that these shorts are, though they're jeans, they are smaller shorts. So she can move around in them a decent bit. That seems to be helping her usual technical ring work.
Now Charlie Singh back up to her feet first. Snapmare.
Boom! Kick to the back of the skull. And, I mean, other than the moment where Bia came over when they were outside of the ring, this has been a fairly clean match.
Exactly, because they're not cheating.
I mean, they definitely did a little cheating.
Is it cheating when it's on the outside?
Well,
I mean, it's outside the ref's jurisdiction, but inside Bia's.
The refs do not seem to care too much about what happens outside the ring. Jesus. Kimiko does look a little tired, though. Tired enough to run right into a turnbuckle.
But she's looking for only her second win here in SOW, as Charlie is looking to get her first win.
Ooh, threw her into the corner, stomped her, and then wrapped her arm around the rope, pulling on it. We know Charlie's submissions are focused on the arm.
Oh, now, oh my God!
Whoa, I've never seen Charlie do that before.
And now the more punches to the side of the head. Charlie seen, she picks her up to the other side of the ring we go. Oh, Kimiko's in trouble.
Yeah, she is. And we see it again.
She goes for the pin. 1, 2, no.
What? Not even a 2.9, just a strong kick out at 2. Charlie. Oh, radio silence. But lifting her up for God's last gift.
1, 2.
No.
What?
Kimiko.
How is Kimiko still in this? What is that match against Donna Keaton done to her?
I mean, we saw this kind of Kimiko before when she took Chimera Aiko to 30 minutes. As I'm pretty sure we just heard the 20-minute call.
We did.
Are we going to get another draw here tonight?
Well, for an unscheduled match, these two are going crazy here.
Ooh,
and the faithful are loving it. Charlie C back to the top, big spinning leg drop, the cover. Can she get her first win?
No.
Unbelievable.
Pulls on those arms. And a big suplex from Kimiko. Can she gain the momentum here? Can she get back into this match at the top?
She needs to try. So far, it's not looking good for her whatsoever.
No, as Charlie continues to land these major maneuvers, grabbing the arm, wrenching, deep wrenching on that arm.
She's moving slow. Will she tap? No, she has to let go of the hold.
And gets backed out of it. I'm not sure. Charlie looks like she was pointing at her wrist like she was saying time's coming up.
Remember that a draw hurts you less than a loss in the rankings, but once again, the arm's in trouble. Kimiko needs to play her cards right if she wants to try and get, at this point, what feels like an upset victory.
I mean, yeah, it's been kind of Charlie Scene all match.
We're seeing a fully unleashed Charlie Scene here on the SOW Women's Division. We saw her be in this multiple times.
But even on Kimiko, it doesn't make it to the tap. As she locks in another mold on that arm.
But Kimiko not giving in. She's not tapping out.
Pulling, looks like Charlie's trying to get a suplex, but Kimiko keeps countering with his headlock.
Is that all Kimiko can muster for offense at this point?
I mean, her arms have to be torn up now.
Oh no, back to the top.
Leg drop.
What you gonna do when Charlie Scene drops the leg on you? Brother.
God damn. I mean, she can't even... Ooh, big! Throws Charlie right out of the ring.
This is a big moment for Kimiko to catch her breath. Unwisely going to the outside.
Yeah, no, I would have stayed in the
having
ring.
to watch, but Bia could interfere, and here she comes, the Women's World Champion. Wait a minute, watch her hamstring, damn it.
Her count is up to 5. Kimiko gets back in the ring.
So does Charlie.
Body slam up to the top. Leg drop again.
There it is, brother.
Ooh. Not quite.
She's in the ropes. That was more about doing damage than it was anything else.
Yeah, I mean, as it stands, I'm not sure if we're going to get a finish here tonight. This might end up being a match that needs a part 2.
Well, you know, we'll have to talk with Carrie and see if she'll even agree to let that happen.
Yeah, maybe she might not. But then again, she can't really control for sure. If the board says they want Charlie in another match, they can just do it over her head.
How long can you do that before you intimidate the investors who are like, why do you have this woman on television if you're not going to let her book anything? Oh, but now a big ankle lock. But it was in the ropes again. Both women wisely staying as close to the edge of the ring as possible when submissions are being locked in.
Big body slam.
Oh, there we go, another armbar. Can Charlie C get her first victory? Hoshina Kimiko to the
1 minute
ropes.
call.
She's trying to tap out Hoshina Kimiko. The ropes, one more time. Big splash. She's got to capitalize. Another submission. The rope break, I think that's going to cost it. We have a time limit draw, folks.
Yep.
Charlie C continues to chase her first victory, but once again looks incredible. And you know that the jurisdiction are still happy with this result.
Well, here we go after that.
Well, now it's time to essentially crown the #1 contenders for Straightaway. Who will be the next challengers for the Dark Crusades World Tag Team titles now that they have officially rid themselves of Sindhu Darlo? I kind of rid the division of Sindhu Darlo. And if you really think about it, the Dark Crusade has essentially taken out 2 teams in this division because we still have not seen or heard from Moment for Life.
No, we really haven't. And I'm not quite sure when we will. It's been a long time.
Every message that I've sent out to their camp has not been responded to.
Oh, I stopped trying.
Well, as the host of 5 Count, I mean, I feel like I need to do my due diligence and at least reach out once a week. And I've done that these last 2 weeks. I've reached out. I even tried to reach out to ZC Woods' agent because I know that, you know, he has his own agent. Obviously, he's a singles competitor as well, and nothing from them either. I mean, it's just complete nothingness from that whole group.
Yeah, I do have something that I want to address a little later in the show. We'll wait until the end of the show. It's in relation to next match a little bit, but for now, what we're about to see here is, can the Honored finally pull off what they've been trying to do under Kastor's leadership, basically since they came to SOW? Or will the newly born team, well, not really new anymore, but recently born team of Kick-Ass and Marco actually make it back to the top? They had a title shot that they lost to this very team. And then this team went to lose that same shot to Sindhu Darlo the next week. As it stands, This is kind of a super grudge match.
It really is. And of course, you know, Kastor staying in the back. He is here tonight, but he does not want these guys to think they can lean on him to win this match. They need to win it on their own. They need to win the tag titles on their own. The Emperor will watch from afar.
And if they can't pull it off, I'm sure he will be pretty displeased.
I wouldn't be shocked if we see these guys sent to high gear if they can't win tonight.
I wouldn't
by
be either.
Kastor. Not even by Carrie Alice. I don't think Carrie Alice would do that, but I think Kastor would say, you don't deserve to be on the same show as me. Get out of my locker room.
At least until they can start really racking up wins, yeah. I could see that for sure.
But on the flip side, the Blood Alliance, things were looking so good for them. It looked like they had really figured it out. They were gelling as a team. They were racking up win after win after win. And I think all it really was, not to discredit the Honor, they are incredible competitors, and we've seen them put on great matches. But it was fatigue. Fatigue is really what cost the Blood Alliance. And I think at the end of the day, it would have cost them the match against the Dark Crusade as well.
Oh, honestly, yeah. I mean, if Sindhu Darlo, being only 2 matches deep into that, couldn't do it, and then couldn't do it again with a week of rest and 3 shot chances. Well, almost 3 chances. They really didn't even get to the 3rd chance.
They weren't given an opportunity.
Yeah, no, I mean, if they couldn't pull it off, then really, I really don't think Blood Alliance on a 4-week run would have been able to either.
But now both these teams are very well rested. They should be at 100%. I've got no injury notes from the medical team in the back about any of these guys. So at this point, and I'm not going to lie, normally I kind of have an idea on who I think could win this or who I would prefer to win this. I think both of these teams against the Dark Crusade would be a win for us and for the fans.
Yeah, I will state that the more recently competed of the teams would be the Blood Alliance, who competed just last High Gear.
Yes, that's true.
And they had a hell of a match on High Gear as well. Or, wait. Was it High Gear? It might have been Ignition. It's been a minute for me. Let me go check.
It's one of those shows. It's one of the shows. Don't worry, folks. We've been pumping out all kinds of SOW content right here on this YouTube channel. Make sure you check out 5 Count every Monday, where I personally give you any updates I get outside of Ignition and High Gear, but also you get previews of the next week's episode and full recaps of the previous week's shows. Again, that's every single Monday, posted by yours truly. And as a reminder, folks, SOW Prevents Straightaway, Saturday, October 19th. We're only a little over away from that show. Can you believe that?
Yeah, it's very close coming. It's gonna be a hell of a show, already packed, and we still have matches to decide. And I can't confirm, it was Ignition episode 9, so it wasn't as recent as I thought. It was the it's because they were against the Wild Monsters in that match. I was remembering the Wild Monsters competed on High Gear last week. It was not the Blood Alliance.
Of course, the Wild Monsters probably going to be on High Gear for the near future, as they still search for their first win
here
in SOW.
They've been cohesive as a team. They've been doing more and more proper as a team, but they still can't quite beat any of these well-experienced tag teams yet.
They didn't get that immediate winning chemistry that the Blood Alliance did. And to be honest, I wouldn't expect them to. This is a rare thing that we've seen with the Blood Alliance. I mean, normally it takes months and months to really build true chemistry as a team, but these guys were so natural from the jump. You swear they've been teaming up their entire careers.
For sure. It's been quite a wild experience watching them put on insane performances after insane performances. I mean, Ignition 9's match, that match that I was thinking of, might have been a career match for Kick-Ass Sharp. One of
definitely.
the greatest performances I think I've ever seen from a competitor in SOW, just on their own. Essentially, no offense to Marco Campione, he's always a big part of the matches. We see him go to town here. But that one was the story of Kick-Ass proving he is no weak link.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's kind of like the one thing we thought would ruin the Blood Alliance, was that would Marco be able to deal with Kick-Ass Sharp, who famously has no singles victories.
And it looks like...
And it turns out, I mean, every time they compete, they look like they've become closer as friends and partners.
I mean, they're really shockingly getting along. It's been amazing to watch them grow.
But now, can they win the big one? This is, I mean, they've won big matches before. Their first true match was against Meiji Kaito and Suave Jackson, where they won a shot at the tag titles. Now they're looking to do it again, but the last team that beat them stands in their way.
And so far, this match has been very back and forth. Nobody in control whatsoever. Very different than our previous match. The previous match, a match more so of survival, felt like Charlie came into that with a violent anger almost at Hoshina, but couldn't quite get through Hoshina's fighting spirit. As we see a triple German into the bridge from Kick-Ass, something he has not done in a while.
Unsurprisingly, forcing a cut play.
Oh yeah, I mean you gotta go. That would have been the end of the match if you don't go in there. And Markley smartly now tagging out. We get a double team attempt, but blocked by Kick-Ass, once again showing why he has become almost the MVP of the Blood Alliance.
For sure. And still to come tonight, our main event, another #1 contenders match, but this time for the National Heavyweight Championship, held by, oh my god, what a dive to the outside, but held by Kastor Liechten. But like we said at the start of this match, is here tonight, but watching from afar as his stablemates look to get a count-out victory, but they don't. Kick-Ass Sharp gets up.
Yeah, Kick-Ass, I mean, he is known as the man who does not feel pain. He's learned that new moniker recently, actually, due to his performances where he just does not seem to give in. Stepping back into the ring after a short step out, looking to assist and inflicting some additional damage. Not quite sure about that decision. Looked like it was a call from Marco specifically, though.
When Marco gets a series of elbows to the head, knocks him down. Now the Honored are the ones in control.
Yes, they are. Tag in, attempted a double team move. It looks like it's going to come through. Ooh, assisted neckbreaker powerbomb combo.
It was almost an SOW special and a huge diving elbow drop from the top rope. The Honored, now figure four. Marco's in trouble.
But he manages to break through. But that damage to the legs is important. Marco's punches are dangerous, but those kicks can sneak through. And if he's
wisely tagging out.
Yeah, he's quick to get out after that. Needs to rest his legs before they become a real problem.
Ooh, big snap DDT. And a pin attempt, and both teams use a cut play. I don't know about that one.
Oh yeah, that was broken up straight by the ropes. I think maybe from Marco's angle, I could understand not noticing the ropes. But Alexei should have seen that.
I think Alexei might have just done it in response to Marco.
Yeah,
he didn't want a tag team move to get off there.
Yeah, you know what? That could be very much it, because Marco would have been allowed to stay in for a decent amount of time. Oh, coming in now. I'm not sure about using the cut play there. Again, that's the second time they've used one while the other team didn't bother. I mean, the Honored showing a little more experience here, knowing their limits with the cut play. Now, I believe that was actually number 4 for the Blood Alliance. They should be out.
That could be it, unless they get a fighting spirit point from the referee. The only way to be in the ring together now is through tags.
Yeah.
And the Honored don't look bothered at all.
Deadlift German.
Well, maybe they should. No, he counters.
Yeah, that was a smart side buster there.
Alexei back in the ring. Ooh. Oh my god!
A fireman's carry into what looked like just a sit-out bomb. And then power slamming him in, or body slamming him into the center for Alexei.
Oh, wait a minute.
Set up Torpedo Moscow! But can he capitalize? No.
I think he landed awkwardly there and allowed Marco to recover first.
Yeah, a little bit of it is a high-risk move every time you utilize it. That running headbutt straight to your opponent. As Marco hits a rolling punch into a jumping elbow drop, fist drop. Jesus. I can't blame Alexei for quickly heading towards his partner.
Oh yeah, the Blood Alliance almost completely took that over, and I mean, the Honored were set up to win there.
Oh no! That is an insane hit for Alexei to take. But he's not the legal man currently. Another sit-out bomb, but it's again this time to the illegal man who just tagged. Markley clearly not seeing the tag there.
He missed it for sure.
Marco
counters a double team.
Yeah. Ooh! Oh, Connor roll German!
1, 2!
No!
No!
Barely gets out of it in time. Are the Honored also out of cut play here? Oh no, here we go.
They are not. They are not. But I think they may have lost count of the Blood Alliance's gratuitous use of cut play.
Yeah, shockingly, I've got to say, just a little bit ago, Marco cut back in. I feel like they got an additional one, which Marco used. Oh, he's trying to hold, but he doesn't realize Marco has already used up their additional cut play.
Yeah. That'll be something they could talk about later, especially if this finish doesn't go their way.
Oh, yeah. Now, in the corner, you are allowed to get in without cut play, as long as the opponent is directly in your corner specifically. But you can't stay in very long with that way of cutting in. Marco tagging in.
Well, Alexei taking down both members of the Blood Alliance.
He has been shown very, very often to be the most vicious, most wild of the two, most competitive of the two on the Honored. While Markley tends to be the calmer, more restrained. Tag in here. Oh, here we go. We've seen this once. These neck breaker powerbomb combo. Elbow drop to the top. Trying to help keep him down. Markley back up.
If this match is delivering.
Oh, here we go.
Wait a minute.
Finally to the legal man.
The Honored are going.
No.
They're going nowhere yet. Their road to straightaway has not been cleared.
And Marco wise to get to the ropes and tag out there. Big side suplex. Exploder!
Kick ass! Is he gonna do it?
No!
No!
And another swinging side suplex. Oh, the Boston Crab!
Boston
That's
Crab!
it!
Then he taps! The Blood Alliance are going to straightaway!
Holy.
And Kastor Liechten has to be furious right now.
Wow, Markley tapping out. That, and I mean, just not mention the kick-asses wrenching on those legs, but what a performance. Well, it's time for our main event here tonight. And I mean, this is a match that I think might have been a long time coming. Let me go check my records.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, now, of course, we talked about this all night. Ladies and gentlemen, this match is essentially a #1 contenders match for Kastor Liechten's SOW National Heavyweight Championship. And the two guys competing in this match not only have bad blood against each other, but they both have a bone to pick with the champ.
Unsurprising with that, too. I mean, Trent Taylor taking a massive loss against Kastor Liechten in essentially a no DQ match, and then being forced to watch as Namor wins that title by knocking Rey de Guerra out and partially blaming Kastor. I'm not quite sure why, but he seemed to be pretty irritated with him after that match as well.
Of course, Trent Taylor coming off a big no DQ match just a few days ago on High Gear defeating Dakari Oyet, and now here he is in another main event no DQ match.
All right, and we're gonna have to get started here. This is a interesting matchup to have as a no DQ match. I don't know how I'd feel about it if I was Rey de Guerra.
I would be, well, I'm sure he's very confident in his own abilities. He should be concerned. Trent Taylor coming off that big no DQ victory on High Gear just a few days ago. And now, this puts Rey at a disadvantage. And I'm surprised that Kerry Alice would have booked this.
Yeah, so this is one of those things that the board has been getting a little more involved, it feels. I think after they saw the jurisdiction overtake more than they were expecting, they decided to show or exert a little bit more of their own power in booking. So this match was actually, the no DQ stipulation was requested specifically by Kastor Liechten, as he believes that he's beaten Trent Taylor in a no DQ match. He's beaten Rey de Guerra 45 minutes, but he still did it. And he beat him again in the triple threat. So if Rey de Guerra wants to prove that he can at least even compete with Kastor Liechten and make it to the national title, he should do at the very least what Kastor has done. Which means he needs to beat Trent Taylor in a no disqualifications match.
And we will have to look more into the board's increased activity here and see if there's maybe almost like a vote of no confidence coming in for both carries.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like the board is disappointed, at least a little bit, with some of the decisions both of them have been making. Which, I guess, if you are a controlling body and you see your bookers going off the rails back to back, it might come a bit of a worry for you. But at the same time, they have made another decision that I do have to go over. I've been asked to talk about it in this match, so...
Oh, it's what you tweeted on Wednesday.
Yeah, it was tweeted out on the SOW Carry Twitter. So, the National Championship has had a change made to its option C. That is the option where after 6 months you could turn in the belt for a world title shot. The board believes that 6 months is a little long. In their words, they believe that if you've held the title for 6 months already, you might as well already be given a world title shot the moment you drop it, or at least soon after, given that that would be more than enough proof that you can hold a title.
Oh,
Rey de Guerra!
Oh my god!
Could this be
Is
it?
he gonna put him away here?
No!
No,
Not even a
enough.
2.9, but impressive to see him think that it's time to go for that move so early.
Exactly.
But to finish up what I'm saying, they've decided to change it from 6 months to 3 months. However, they've added another stipulation that you have to have at least 6 title defenses before you can invoke option C. So if you want to get to the opportunity, you have to defend your title at least twice a month for 3 months. And that'll get you the earliest possible opportunity. Oh my god!
Concerto to the arm!
We saw him do this to Dakari Oyet. And then
This exact sequence won him a match!
But it doesn't do enough to Rey de Guerra.
And now Rey to the top. He's gonna get frog splash! 1, 2, no! Well, of course, that change is huge. That being said, folks, do not expect Kastor Liechten to give up that title after just 3 months.
Ooh, decapitator!
And now a pin, 1, 2.
But a strong kick out from Rey.
On paper, this match is essentially a #1 contenders match. However, it's really kind of more so an eliminator for Rey.
Oh yeah, I mean, if he doesn't win this, I don't think Kastor will ever accept him as a proper challenger. He might be forced to if Rey can win enough matches, but that'll just be by force.
Yeah, for sure.
He has Trent deep in this leg lock submission, but Trent makes it to the ropes. Spine drop into a pin.
Oh
Almost got it.
Rey taking a more aggressive approach than I expected him to see in terms of trying to get the victory.
Stunner!
Nowhere!
Jesus!
Shades of
Justified.
Atomico here with the aggressiveness.
Yeah, Atomico.
Maybe as a result of their match on High Gear.
I was just about to say, following a match they had recently, one that was extremely competitive and very fun to watch. Definitely check that episode of High Gear out, if only for that match. Oh,
my
Yakuza
God, what
kick!
a boot!
Or no, yeah, you're right, your big boot. Oh, why I thought that was a Yakuza kick for a moment. It looked similar. Hurricane Rana roll up.
Into the pin! Could this be it for Trent Taylor? No! He's still in it.
This is an incredibly competitive match. I mean, not too surprising for both of these stars.
They've been here since the beginning.
Yeah, and Trent, I mean, he doesn't have a great record overall, though it's good enough for him to still be in this position. Oh! Wait a minute!
Wait a minute! That's Elijah Lee!
But is he going to make it in time? Oh, Trent kicks out.
What is he doing here?
I'm not sure. Oh, Mars Namor!
The former champ who took out Elijah Lee earlier tonight, possibly looking to settle the score and even the odds. He looks like he's got his eyes on Trent Taylor, though. Another man he's got a lot of history with.
Yeah, in fact, he almost ignores Elijah Lee, which is interesting. Makes me wonder. Oh!
He could consider that beef settled.
Boom! But
now this match could end in a count out. Okay, both guys in the ring. Pele kick. And now while this is completely legal in a no DQ match, the ref can regain control of this situation at any moment.
Yes, he can. I mean, if he sends, he can easily eject both of these men from ringside.
Right now, basically two separate matches have broken out.
Yeah,
looks like Elijah Lee has been ejected. He has been ejected.
Yeah, he has. Trent Mars is now also being sent out, it looks. I guess either that or he's decided that he doesn't need to stay now that Elijah's gone and the odds are evened.
Now we get to refocus back on the actual match at hand. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, Shades of Eddie! But it's no DQ. It's no DQ, so I don't know if that was just there to distract Trent or what.
I thought it was definitely mind games. Big setup into Geary.
But an eye rake. Yeah, attempting to set up something over the ropes there. Instead gets tossed out.
Him to the outside. Now this match also could end in a time limit draw. Do we know what the plan is if that happens? Have we heard from Carey?
So in the event of a time limit draw, technically Rey de Guerra would still be above Trent Taylor in the rankings, but let me go check the rankings while we're talking about it to see where that would place overall. We have split the divisions a little bit. There's now a mid-card as we see the call for a super kick come in.
It might all be irrelevant. Super kick! Rey for the deep pin! 2!
And he gets it!
He's going to straightaway! He gets his match with the Emperor! What a show, ladies and gentlemen! Straightaway has turned into quite the card tonight.
Yes, it has, with some incredible matches here overall. We've got just a bit of a break here before we come back. And when we come back, we will go ahead and do one quick rundown of next week's card as we know it, as well as High Gear. All right. All right, folks. Before we close off the show, like just stated before, we're going to go ahead and go over the upcoming cards. We have a few matches confirmed. We have 2 matches confirmed for High Gear, as well as 2 matches and 2 segments being confirmed for the next episode of Ignition, our go-home show. So I'll let you go over the Ignition card. I'll go over High Gear right now. So I'll start with the first match announced. Following up from what Lasombra said earlier, Charlie Sheen is having another match this Saturday against the demoness Lilith. And furthermore, we have Eve Moreau going up against Aaliyah Pope, a singles match that I believe we might not have seen yet in SOW. If we have, it must have been earlier on, but I do not have it in any of my records here. The only time I think they've been in the ring together was in that initial Fatal 4-Way match on Rev Your Engines.
High Gear shaping up to be another incredible Saturday afternoon. But we have to shift gears now, no pun intended, to the go-home show for Straightaway. Ignition episode 12 just announced. Everything that I know about is in front of me right here. We are going to have the contract signing for the SOW World Heavyweight Championship match between Hermes Rhapsodies and Aaron Payne. After what Aaron said tonight, champion and challenger will be face-to-face next week. Speaking of champion and challenger face-to-face, Kastor Liechten has requested promo time with his new number one contender, who we just saw earn that title opportunity. Kastor and Rey de Guerra will also be face-to-face ahead of their match at Straightaway. Also, we will have women's division action on Ignition as well, as we always do, with Kimura Aiko returning to Ignition after a couple weeks off to face Maria Ramirez in a big rankings match for both of those women. But the main event for Ignition 12, it will be the first ever Jumpstart elimination match. This match will feature, I believe, 6 competitors, one of which we do not know yet, but I will go over the ones that we do. We have Atomico, Gran Monstruo, Elijah Lee, Trent Taylor, and Mars Namor. Almost all those guys somewhat involved in our main event tonight. And a Jumpstart elimination match is huge for the rankings. Each pin and submission counts as a half a point, with the final winner getting a full point as well as the match win, and the ranking boost will be reduced per loss and draw for the competitors. And that is a Carrie Alice special, folks. We're going to shake up the rankings as best as we can coming out of Straightaway.
Yeah, could not have said it better myself. It'll be a hell of an upcoming match. I believe that there is going to be a men's match on High Gear. Not quite decided yet, so we can't talk too much about it. But that match, the resulting winner of that, will be the last competitor in that Jumpstart elimination. Hopefully we'll have that news for you after High Gear on 5 count, where we'll finish rounding out the card, I'm sure, before we head into Straightaway, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, October 19th, 3 p.m. Eastern. Keep that in your calendars.
All right, and just real quick to go over that card, while we're already going over cards, we now have more matches confirmed, folks. Just real quick, we talked about it all night. I won't keep you guys here much longer. The SOW Women's World Championship on the line. Bea Quinn, hopefully she gets cleared to compete with her hamstring injury, will defend against La Sombra Altísima. And right now it is confirmed, Kastor Liechten defends the SOW National Heavyweight Championship against Rey de Guerra in a match that we have been waiting for a very, very long time. The Blood Alliance earn their first real shot at the SOW Tag Team titles when they face the Dark Crusade. And Aaron Payne goes into this match undefeated. It is title versus streak as he challenges Hermes Rhapsodies. And of course, that big main event, the final 20 circuit Battle Royale, with the winner getting a world title shot at Victory Lane. And again, like he said, that will be next Saturday, October 19th, 3 p.m. Eastern. You do not want to miss this show.
Yeah, and don't forget that in that final 20 circuit, we have the WWSL World Heavyweight Champion Nagatomi Ali competing. But that's not all. We also have confirmation that the Destined Saviors, Judas Magnus and Kurata Hideaki, will both be entering that match as well.
And for the SOW faithful who are not sure about any of these new competitors from JEPW, I will collab with my commentating partner here, and we will get more breakdowns on these guys' careers on the next edition of SOW 5 Count. But I think we've kept them long enough here in the post show. I think we're about ready to wrap this one up. What do you
Yep.
think?
Yeah, I think so. So I am Devil D.
And I'm MD Punk.
And we are signing off. All right, now let me just end that recording.